Good afternoon, everyone. I think it's a good evening. Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay. Thank you for joining us for Temasek Polytechnic School of Applied Science Diploma in Medical Biotechnology webinar. I'm Mr. Zhang, the course chair of this diploma. Today, I will be one of the speakers and the moderator of this webinar. So in this webinar, we hope to share with you about what you will learn from the Diploma in Medical Biotechnology, as well as the activities available for our students to participate in. So let me first introduce you to our panel of speakers. So for today's speakers, besides me, we are very happy to have with us our industry partner, who is also our alumnus, Mr. Chen Hong Steven, to share with you about the career opportunities and his experience in this diploma. Mr. Chen is a junior research fellow at the Temasek Life Sciences Laboratory. He is a PhD candidate at the National University of Singapore. He's also a receiver of Koh Boon Hui Scholarship and Nanyang President Research Scholarship. He's currently doing research on plant molecular biology. Okay. We also have Dr. Chang Ge-Fa, who is the manager of this diploma in medical biotechnology. She will talk about the diploma options and the student life in this course. And we will have a Q&A section at the end of the webinar. So if you have any question, you can just ask us at that time. Okay. Before we start, let me show you a short video about this course.
Welcome to the Diploma in Medical Biotechnology, more commonly known as MBT. Established in 2019, MBT is a combination of biomedical science and biotechnology. In Year 1, you will get to build a strong foundation in both theory and practicum. Modules such as human anatomy and physiology, biochemistry, and basic microbiology will be offered. In Year 2, you will get to choose from 2 diploma options, Medical Laboratory Technology and Personalised Medicine Research. In Year 3, you will participate in a 6-month mandatory student internship program and major project, which will be allocated to you. Upon graduating from MBT, you will be able to work as a laboratory assistant, medical technologist, or an assistant clinical research coordinator. Alternatively, you can also go into education and medical sales, or work as a product specialist or regulatory officer. Apart from studying, MBT also has its own support group known as the Medical Biotechnology Interest Group, where students can take up leadership roles and also get to know others within the course. So, what are you waiting for? Join us here at Medical Biotechnology today!
Okay, welcome back. The Diploma in Medical Biotechnology at the Temasek Polytechnic is the only diploma in Singapore that covers both biotechnology and biomedical science. So if you're interested in either biotechnology or biomedical science, you can join this diploma. In Year 1, we'll teach fundamental subjects, for example, microbiology, biochemistry, cell technology, and molecular technology to build a very strong foundation for Year 2 and Year 3. And in Year 2 and Year 3, we have more and more work-based training, including the problem-based training and the project-based training, which mainly focuses on training students to work in the labs. So what type of labs? Previously, a biotechnology mainly trains you to work in a research laboratory or a biotechnology company testing lab. And another one, which is biomedical science, mainly trains you to work in a clinical laboratory, who is working in a hospital or private medical lab. So now, if you graduate from this diploma, you will learn and can work in both areas. We have also confirmed with the industry that students graduating from this diploma are qualified for jobs in both areas. So through this introduction, I hope you already gotten an idea of what are the major career pathways for this diploma. So now let me invite the first speaker, Mr. Chen Hong Stephen, to share his insights on his experience of working at a research laboratory. Just now, I also mentioned that Mr. Chen is a junior research fellow at the Temasek Life Sciences Laboratory. Okay, Mr. Chen, now it's your time.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Zhang. Hi, everyone. I'm Stephen. Nice to meet you all. Previously, I studied in at Temasek Polytechnic. I was like you also. I mean, I was deciding on which school to go, and yeah. So in the end, I decided on Temasek Polytechnic. Let's take a look at my journey. Can I have the next slide, please? Yeah. So when I graduated in 2008, after my O levels, my L1 R4 was 12, and my L1 R5 was 15. At that time, I had two passions. First was singing, and second was biology. Why I was interested in biology is because I scored well. I mean, simply as that. I mean, I didn't do so well in other subjects, but biology came natural to me. So I applied to both singing courses and biology. I mean, diploma courses. Through a chain of events, essentially, I got into biotechnology in Temasek Poly. Next slide, please. I'll summarize the Temasek Poly experience in three chapters mainly. First is crazy and self-exploratory. Second is enriching valuable practical skills and experience. Third is hard work and exposure. Let's go through the first. Yeah, so I would say that my Temasek Poly experience was very fun. I mean, I enjoy every step of it. I do have heartbreaks. I do have times where I challenge myself to the limit. But overall, I enjoy the journey. I find that I learn a lot. Over here is some pictures on my old Facebook photo. On the left is a shameful photo while we are having a class gathering. On the right is when we are graduating. We graduated and our friends met up for a dinner. Next slide, please. On enriching valuable practical skills and experience, I strongly believe that the polytechnic experience is filled with practical skills, exposure, and also hands-on skills. For example, in university, we are not given so much opportunities to work in the lab. But in polytechnic, I believe around 40% of the time you are working in the lab. And at the same time, during your holidays, you can even sign up for differential research programs, known as DRP back then. But where you can work on research projects with lecturers. To summarize my research on my practical skills experience in Temasek Poly, I would say that it's very intensive, immersive, and applicable. Next slide, please. I would say that the third point will be on hard work and exposure. In Temasek Poly, if you put in sufficient hard work, you will get exposure will come. I mean, in the sense where school sends you out for more activities, or you find opportunities to go for more activities. Here are some series of activities that I participated in. The first is ASEAN Science and Entrepreneurship Challenge, where we need to develop a prototype to solve some environmental problems. We actually worked through the night and presented the product on the next day. On the bottom left is Youth Environmental Envoy, where I participated in setting up some environmental programs with both NEA and Bayer, which is a biotech company. And so I've gotten some exposure over there. I got to know some people. So it's quite exciting. And third, the student internship program where I went to Vietnam. So I would say that I went to Vietnam. It was a very enriching experience. I got to know a new culture. And essentially, I brought home, I got to know a researcher over there, and she apparently became my wife later on. All right, next slide, please. And into university, I believe that a lot of people understand or have the misconception that people who go into polytechnic is a second-class student. I think that's totally a wrong notion, because it's gone are the days when polytechnic are for second-class students. Next slide, please. I'll prove you wrong here. People think that when you graduate from polytech and go into uni, you'll find some challenges academically. But I'll say that's totally wrong, because in Polytech, you are given a depth of knowledge in biotechnology. And if you are going to enroll in a similar course, such as biological science or biology in NUS and NTU, you have an advantage. Over here, I graduated in 2017 as a Kobumi Scholar and as a valedictorian of class 2017 of my diploma, of my bachelor's. The Kobumi Scholar is awarded to the top 5% of the graduating cohort, and also which is also all-round award to students who is both academically inclined and also excel in the CCA. At the same time, I also published a research paper in the prestigious Nature Communications with my mentor, Tobias Wunder and Oliver Muller-Kea. I would say that through this time, my constant communication with Mr. Zhang is very important, because he also guided me in some of my journey in university. Next slide, please. Yeah, right now towards PhD, I'll summarize my PhD journey right now in 5 words: curiosity, adventure, hard work, excitement, and dream. Next slide, please. Hey, here is a short poem, I would say, that summarizes what I'm experiencing right now, or researchers, especially the PhD students, what they're experiencing. I would say that for all students or for all researchers, we are driven by a question of why, and the why is driven by curiosity, curious about how the natural world works. It's an adventure to explore the unknown, and most of the time, we need to go through hardship and perseverance. Setbacks and heartbreaks are inevitable. Excitement comes when a hypothesis turns out to be true, and we dream that one day our discoveries can make a difference in the world. Yeah, so I think it's important that researchers are driven by curiosity, driven by some intense feeling of understanding that how the natural world works, and also a dream that the discovery can change the world. Next slide, please. So the key takeaway here: first, be bold and make your decision. I think it's important. Not others' decisions, it's your own decision where you want to go in the next part of your life. Temasek Poly, to be honest, Temasek Poly has been a very good place for me, very memorable and very helpful. I got trained here to be a great. I got trained here scientifically and developing myself currently to be a scientist. And lastly, do what you believe in, because if you don't do what you believe in, then you won't get the opportunity in the future. All right, so that's all from me. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chen, for the interesting sharing. Thank you. Just now, we heard that Mr. Chen shared his experience working in the research lab. So now let's watch a short video done by our students, which will introduce another career pathway for medical biotechnology students. This career pathway is working in the medical laboratory. Okay, let's watch the video. Okay, welcome back. And through the video, you may understand that working in the medical laboratory is getting specimens from the patients or doctors, and then doing the tests, for example, hematology tests, clinical chemistry tests, microbiology tests, and then send the report back to the doctor for him or her to further diagnose disease. So working in the medical laboratory is different from working in a research laboratory. And our students graduating from this diploma in medical biotechnology can work in both type of laboratories. So now let's hear the manager of the course, Dr. Chang Get Fa, sharing about the diploma option and the student life ATP Dr. Chan, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, at this point of time, perhaps you have heard about our diploma offering two options for our year 2 student to choose to be in semester 2. So one of these is the personalized medicine research, and the other one is the medical laboratory technology option. I would just like to relate about the uniqueness of our diploma and helping all of us to see that this is actually a great advantage that makes this diploma very unique in Singapore. So as Mr. Zhang brought up just now, that our students who choose any of these options, they do not miss out on the career opportunity offered by the other option. So I just like to relate one example here. So if a student choose the medical laboratory technology option, and they learn more specialized subjects in biomedical science, they can work in the hospital labs, doing diagnostic, doing testing of patient sample for diseases, as what you've seen in the video just now. But does that mean this is the only thing he or she can do? The answer is no, because we also have other subjects that prepare our students to work in the biotechnology research or industry. So students take these biotech subjects in earlier semester, and these are our common biotech subjects that allows them to be more flexible in choosing their employment later, whether they want to continue on in the medical laboratory or they decided to join biomedical science research and industries, which are also growing. Just to relate to what is currently happening, we see great demand in the recent COVID-19 pandemic. It's not just all about the PCR testing of the samples, the swab sample taken from patient and to tell whether it's positive or negative, but it's also about the research and development, the funding, and then the institution who come out with the new diagnostic kit and then the new vaccine. So the research and development part calls for the skill set that our student will learn from other subjects so that they can be more flexible in the future. As for our students who take the other option, that is the personalized medicine research, this is really of demand in the industry now because they learn many skill sets related to stem cells and other aspects like the biological system. And then this allowed them to work in the research and biotech industry. And also they do not miss out if they one day decided to join any hospital lab in doing PCR testing, because we also have subjects that give them this training. So uniquely us, we have biotechnology infused in biomedical science, and this definitely will help us to keep pace with any of the future development in medical technology. So we train all our students with all the necessary skill set so that they can work in the research and service laboratories, and even in some areas which are emerging. For example, in Singapore, we talk about urban farming. This is one small area which is emerging, which is also having a small subject in our diploma. So perhaps at this point of time, you have been keep hearing that we are talking about laboratories. Okay, so that is our or your future workplace. So when you are considering choosing diploma, so it is also important to ask yourself whether you like to work in the laboratory. Perhaps you can reflect a little bit on your experience in secondary school time when you are learning science, experiments, doing experiments in the laboratory. Okay, that's about the studying part. How about our student life? Okay, our students do have their life over here. So in fact, it's a place that where many dreams started. Okay, so besides all this, based on the interest, our students also involved in many other activities. For example, just now, Mr. Steven talked about the differential research program. Okay, so we still have that nowadays. Every semester we are running it. So we also have CCS study club, interest group, and then competitions, industry visit, community service, and many others. And in Polytechnic, we really hope that you can learn to be independent. Okay, so can develop yourself with all these opportunities given, because at the end of the day, we also want to be responsible adult with good attitudes. So hopefully you can consider all this when you decide which diploma to join. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chan, for your sharing. Now it is the Q&A session. if you have any question, you can send it to us through the link. Okay, I think it's below, and you can also scan the QR code to submit your question. So now let me see if we already have some questions already sent in. Let me read them one by one. So first one, after the diploma course, can we enter NUS, NTU medical school? Yes, the answer is yes. This course is considered a merger from the biomedical science and the biotechnology. So previous years, for this course, we have more than 8 graduates got an offer from NUS and NTU medical school. But here I want to emphasize that if your kid or if you or your kid want to go to medical school, do consider JC first, because those who are in JC who get offer from medical school, the percentage is still much higher than those who go through the polytechnic pathway. Okay, do consider that. But if his answer is yes or no, the answer is yes. We have more than 8 students before got the offer from the medical school in local medical schools. Okay. Let me see another question. Can I enter this course through PFP because my math is not good? If yes, what is the cutoff point? Yes, you can enter this course through PFP. PFP, you can enter through this course. Math is not good. Hope your math is okay, because we don't have a specific math subject, but we hope you can calculate how to dilute the solution and calculate well, and how to calculate when you prepare the reagents, you need calculations. Okay, the basic calculations is very important. And for the cutoff point of PFP, we don't have specific cutoff point for this course, but if you because the MOE does not tell us this point, but you can just follow the MOE's guideline. Anyone who has a 12 point or better, you can just apply for PFP program. So if your points is 12 or better, you can just apply through PFP to this course. Okay. Next question. Does the students require to find the company to do the internship? No, we will find the internship company, internship place for you. You don't need to find the internship place by yourself. So nearly all, I think nearly 100% of the placement are funded by the school. The school has a lot of communication with many industries, no matter it's hospitals, research institute, universities, and we even have not last year. Last year, because of COVID-19, we cannot send students overseas. Actually, previous years, every year, we also send students for overseas internships. So for overseas internships, we have 3 major countries to send students to. One is China, one is Thailand, and one is Australia. So we have a good relationships with many industry. So you don't need to find the internship placement for yourself. Okay. Let me see the next question. Does this course require any medical requirements such as visual impairment? Okay. The medical requirement is not that high. If you don't have severe color blind or severe visual problems, then it is okay. If you only have a partial color blind, or you can still see, then should be okay. We don't have any special medical requirement on this. Okay. Next question. Are there any job prospects outside of labs? Yes. Just now, yes. When we talk about the career opportunities, we focus on the laboratory work. We focus on the research laboratory, clinical laboratory, and the biotechnology companies' testing laboratory. So besides this laboratory, graduates can also work in the government agency, can also be in the educational institute to teach. They can also work as a product specialist to sell the biomedical products. And it is also there's many jobs in this area. And After graduation, some of our students also go for further study, but both local and overseas. So for these, for further studies, not only do they choose biotechnology and biomedical science related, they may also, we also have students got offer from biomedical engineering, veterinary science, forensic technology, even business school, the SMU, they also got an offer for business related offers, because this course teach students in a very broad way. Students join this course will learn various areas in biomedical science and biotechnology. So it built a very good foundation for them to choose many other areas after graduation. Okay, so this is the advantage of this course. Next question. Let me see if I still have time to answer more questions. Okay, what are the medical requirements for this course? This one I answered. Next one, I think my math results not too good, but is this course very heavy, relying on math? Not that heavy. This one I also answered just now. Not that heavy, but I hope your calculation is still good. Okay, because we need to when we prepare the reagents, we need to we need calculation skills. Okay. Okay, let me see if we still have time to answer another question. Okay, I think that's all the questions we have, right? Okay. Okay, if you don't have any other question, I think another common question asked is our internships. How long is our internships? This one I can share with you is 6 months. Our students will send, in the last year, we'll send it out to the companies, research institute or hospital laboratories to doing the internship for 6 months. There's another company. Okay, I think, let me see. I think maybe have new questions. We have time to take one more question. Yeah, we have time to take one more question. Then let me see. Okay, when we are waiting for the question, yeah, now I see the question. Is it a must to proceed to university after getting the diploma? So the question is it a must to proceed to university after getting the diploma? The answer is no. Polytechnic education is to train you to work in the workplace. So after graduation, for the ladies, immediately after graduation, you will be able to work in a company or in the institute. For gentlemen, after the NS, you will be confident to work in the workplace. So it is not a must to proceed to university. So all the polytechnic graduates, we are trained them to work in the workplace immediately. Don't need to go to any university, can start to work. Okay, that's our answer. Okay, I think that's because of time, we cannot answer all your questions, but do check our website. We also have the online counseling sessions now. Actually, I think also tomorrow. Tomorrow, the whole day, there is online counseling. We will have, at any time, we'll have at least 2 staff there to answer your questions about this course. So from the morning, I think around 10 o'clock to afternoon, 5 p.m., the whole day, you can just stay at home through the internet. You can go in and ask questions. Okay, if you have any other question, go through the online counseling sessions. Okay, that's all for the day. Thank you for coming, and hope you do consider diploma in medical biotechnology. Okay, bye-bye.